Hey everyone, it's been a minute, so I'm just checking in. Where have I been? Well, let me adjust my screen here. Where have I been? Oh, right. I have been getting ready for Antarctica, which I leave next week. So um, there's been a lot of preparation involved, which literally has me hours at the gym every day, just to reinvigorate my stamina and my endurance, and lung capacity and all those things. Plus, getting all the gear that I need together, packing, making sure that I have the right gear. And I'm going to tell you something really interesting that I did. So, I'll be doing a video on a product video on a couple of these things. One thing I did is I purchased a used Z6, Nikon Z6. I use the Nikon Z6 II. When the Z6 8 comes out, I will be getting that probably over the Z6 III. The Z6 II, love it, but I needed a second camera. It's always good when you're going, that far away, spending that kind of money to have a backup camera. But it's more than just a backup camera. I'm also using it as a, oh, sorry, hang on. My little stream window got funny there. Here we go. That's not better. Um, but the main reason I got it, that's better. The main reason I got it is because I need to, when you're out in the cold, and this happened to me in the where I did the same thing when I was up in the Arctic photographing polar bears. Um, you really don't want to be changing lenses and opening up your body to the elements. So it's best to have one camera with a shorter lens, a wide angle lens, and the other one with your telephoto. So I didn't really want to take my D500, which is a crop sensor DSLR. I wanted to take only the mirrorless cameras. So I went ahead and got a great deal from Anorama Camera in New York on a Z6, a used Z6. The thing was in excellent plus condition. I mean, it was literally almost new out of the box. Whoever purchased it had 458 clicks on it, and I got it for half price, half of what the retail cost is of a brand new one. So, very pleased there. And that way I can keep my lens, which I also actually got a new lens. I got the 24 to 120 Nikon lens, Nikon Z lens, and it's an f4, a static f4, which I really like. So I can keep that lens on one camera, probably the Z6, and the telephoto on my Z6 II. The reason I'm going to use the telephoto on the Z6 II, and one of the major differences between the two cameras, well, let me give you two differences. First of all, the Z6 II is a little faster frames per second. Not a whole lot, but enough. And the Z6 II also has 2 card slots. So that's a huge bonus for me. I like having 2 card slots. I use the second card slot, which is an SD card, as a backup. The first card slot, as well as the only card slot on the Z6, is either for XQD or CF Express B cards, of which I have both. I use both of those, and they're interchangeable as long as you upgrade the firmware, which is great. So, that being said, I also sent off my Z6 II to Nikon Professional Services, which I am a member of, to get cleaned and have them do a full checkup on the camera. I've had it for 2 years. It's time to get it cleaned. You should always, always, always keep your gear clean and have it professionally cleaned once or twice a year. If you, and I don't know, I'm sure Canon has something like this too. With Nikon, we have Nikon Professional Services. You have to qualify as a professional photographer and have enough gear. to qualify, and then you get three free cleanings, three free cleanings a year, which is really a great value. You just pay for the outbound shipping with insurance, and they pay for the expedited return shipping. They say they get it back to you. By the time they get it, they'll have it back shipped off to you within 5 days. I think I shipped it on 2 day. I think from the time they received it till the time I got it back in hand, it was about 5 days max. So super fast turnaround. Really, really pleased with Nikon Professional Services as far as that goes. And the only downside is that there's no one really. You can't call anyone. There's no one to talk to, and you can, if you live in Los Angeles or New York, you can bring it in. I used to live in Los Angeles, but living in Portland, I had to mail it in. Fine, that's cool. They did a great job. Okay, so I've been super busy, and that's why I haven't been here. I know, a lot of excuses, right? So I may edit a little bit. I am doing a giveaway, and that should be up listed fairly soon. I'm also doing, what else am I doing? I'm just going to plug my mouse in while I'm chatting with you. I'm also doing there we go. Doing a giveaway, but then I'm also doing, what am I doing? I have no idea. Oh, that's my printer talking to itself. What else am I doing? A giveaway. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. I don't know. It'll come. Oh, I remember. I'm also doing a GoFundMe. Um, I think you guys can see the GoFundMe in. I'm not sure if it's in my Discord or if it pops up here on the channel. But I'm doing a GoFundMe to help me do my first gallery showing. The first one is going to be here in Portland. They're expensive. They're, based on, what we get for our art. So I am doing a GoFundMe for that because I've really always wanted to do a gallery showing. And I have a wonderful, wonderful gallery that is willing to work with me on it. But, even if I do a split with them and I let them take care of everything, I still have the exorbitant cost of getting all of the artwork put into the mediums for the wall and how they want it. So that's the deal there. And so I'm shilling my GoFundMe as well. I don't have the link for my GoFundMe. I do somewhere. Anyway, I'll find it. I'm sure it comes up in my bio thing, but that's what I've been doing. So super busy. What else? Oh, you guys know, I told you before, I got the iPhone 14 Pro because I'm going to be doing videos while I'm in Antarctica. And I'll be getting those out to you guys as well. I don't like to edit on the go. I prefer to have my workstation at home to edit. So even though I will have editing capability on board, I doubt I will be doing it. I will be backing up my photographs to the next two DI, which I have shown you guys before in gear, and I do have actually a YouTube video about the next two DI. When I took it actually to New Hampshire, I tried it out. Brilliant. I mean, it uploads everything in RAW right to this little device. You can see it on the screen. Everything's there. Tells you how many photographs. And I still keep my cards. I don't erase my cards until I get home because I don't connect the next two to the machine, to my computer. I actually put the cards in my computer. But just a really handy secondary backup, kind of like I have my NAS set up here. So I really, really like doing that. it's super convenient. And the next two, what I like about the next two DI is you don't need a computer. It uploads everything in raw format. I put a 1 terabyte Samsung SSD drive in there, and then I've got another 1 terabyte SSD drive just in case. Although I'm really only taking, I think, about 1 terabyte's worth of card space, but that should be enough. I mean, I will be gone a little over 3 weeks altogether, but I still think that should be enough because there will be a couple of days here and there where we're at sea, and hopefully I won't be at sea with my head in a toilet. Here's hoping. All right, so I do need to edit some things actually, and I think I'm gonna go back to the Arctic because I'm in the mood to be cold. I'm gonna be very cold. Actually, I run really warm, so I'm super fortunate with that. Although I do have all the gear I need. I am really looking forward to the cold air. I love the cold. Hey, Paranoid, how's it going? I know. That's, well, you know what? But it's in you're in Antarctica, so in Antarctica, I want to make sure to have as much. I read somewhere this guy had he said he brought 4 terabytes. I'm like, 4 terabytes, even in raw photographs. That is, who's going to shoot that much? I mean, that's crazy. That's leaving your camera on burst constantly, which is really insane. But, who am I to judge, right? So, I doubt I'll be filling up 1 terabyte, but I have that backup, that capability in case I need it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to show you my gear. Hold on. All right. We all have like, what, 40 different camera bags, something like that. I, however, was looking for the ultimate camera bag that was as close to waterproof as it can be. Now, I did still get a bag that goes over it to make it completely waterproof, but this bag by Wandered is pretty much as waterproof as you're going to get for a camera bag. Great system. Great feel to it. It's WANDRD, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing video. I'll record it tomorrow, so it should be up probably over the weekend. But Wandered is without the vowels, Wandered. And this is the Provoke bag. And it's just incredible. It opens, clamshell opening. So let me show you there, clamshell opening. And then this cube goes inside of it. You've got lots of space here and space for another cube or other stuff up top here. But I can easily fit in here just the way it is. This is the 31 liter. Only one camera bag, not as much gas. This camera bag, well, I've inherited some too, to be fair. I inherited some really good ones, and then I have some good ones. And I have my National Geographic bag, which I've had 25 years, and the thing looks brand new, so well made. But the National Geographic one is not water resistant at all. It's got what I like to call a camera bag condom, like this one does. But it really isn't. You have to have that on the bag if there's any rain or snow or whatever in the air. This one, I really am only going to put the camera bag condom on if we get swells on the dinghies. Going to the island or traveling around Antarctica. So I needed something that was super waterproof, and even the zippers on here, super waterproof, or as close as you can get to waterproof. But this is this inside can be configured any way you want. This is a camera cube. It comes out, So you could actually use this as just a regular backpack if you wanted to, which is the cool thing. But I have the camera cube up here, and I will be putting the smaller camera cube up in the top. Just this alone, I was able to get my 2 mirrorless bodies and my long lens, my 100, 400 millimeter lens, as well as my 24-120, the 2-time converter, and a couple other things. Don't remember. But my 40 millimeter. So I was able to get quite a bit of gear just in this part alone. But then I'll also have this part up here. What I like about it, and what is always a real stickler for me, and I like the fact that it opens from the back, like clamshell opening. What's a stickler for me is a side opening, so that I don't have to open my whole camera bag to grab my camera if it's sealed in there. So I really, really like that as well. The other thing that I like about this, and one of the things that makes it waterproof, is it's designed much like a dry bag, where it's got a rollover on top. So you've got the hook, and then a rollover that's Velcroed. So if you wanted to use this as a backpack, like I'll be using this as my carry-on, I could literally pack it all the way to the top, and that's a lot of space. But if you're just going out in the field, then you can roll it back down. So I'll be doing, like I said, I'll be doing a video on it, but I really, really like this so far. Haven't tested it in the field. The slingshots, well, no, you know what? Herein lies the thing. So I generally use 2 different tools. I use the cotton carrier system, where the camera hooks in and it's just there and I don't have to take it out of a bag. Or I also have a double black rapid strap where the camera hangs a little bit more and again, don't have to take it out of the bag. The problem is if you're going to certain locations, i.e. like Antarctica, where you're going to be on a dinghy and you could easily get a swell that comes over the boat, over the dinghy, and just soaks everything. Having your camera out is the last thing you want to do. Not having a place to put it. So yes, when I get on the dinghy, unless they say we're having heavy swells, they'll just be hanging around my neck or around my shoulders or hooked to my cotton carrier vest. But so that my hands will be free and the camera's out and ready. When I get to land, of course, they'll all be out and ready to go. But while on the dinghies, I'll be able to put them into that bag to make sure that they don't get wet at all. So that's the importance of that. And it doubles as my carry-on, so I'm good with that. I'm cool. But yeah, so I have been... I've been really getting used to the cold. Living here in Oregon has been good for me as far as thickening my blood. But then that also means I don't do well with heat. So there's that. So yeah, I mean, I go to the gym every day and it's been, I guess about like 48 degrees. And I go in my workout shorts and my workout shirt. And, even after I work out, I get in the car or I go to the market or whatever in my shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm fine. So I think I'll be okay with all the clothes I've got in Antarctica. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Hey, McCullough Imagery, how you doing? Oh, Impoverish. You're over on YouTube. You're on YouTube as McCullough Imagery. Cool. Yeah, we still have to get together. But you know what? I'm thinking right now. And I know you've been busy too. We're gonna have to wait until December, towards the end of December, after December 19th, because next week I am leaving for Antarctica and I can't be around anybody until until I go, just to prevent any type of exposure to COVID. Because if I test positive for COVID, that means I don't get on the boat. So I'm being super, super cautious. But oh yeah, Salem. I go down to Salem often, so I mean we can even meet halfway or something. But yeah, we've definitely got to get together. No, no, no. I've been back, but I've been gearing up for Antarctica. That's why I haven't been streaming for a few weeks because I've been at the gym like 1 or 2 hours every single day, gearing up for Antarctica, just to get my stamina back up, my endurance back up, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere or doing anything. Even when I go to the gym, which is not fun to wear a mask when you're at the gym. But I full mask when I'm at the gym because I can't take the chance of testing positive. They will not let me on the boat. No, well, yeah. This is only 122 passengers, so it's a small icebreaker expedition ship with and they do have scientists on board that do scientific things, whatever they do on board. But this is called the Greg Mortimer, and the Greg Mortimer actually is a very new ship, a few years old. It actually was caught up in a huge COVID issue when they went out on an expedition right just as the time when everything shut down. And so they were out there in Antarctica. Quite a few people got sick, and one employee actually did die of COVID. But this is not a big luxury cruise liner. This is an expedition ship. I mean, it is on the luxurious side, but I mean, there are no situations where you're in. Number one, there's no situation where you're at. They don't have like entertainment and things like that. But the other thing is, going to Antarctica, you're not around anyone else. So we all have to test negative before boarding the boat. Then we're tested again on day 3 and again on day 7. And if you test positive either of those times, you are quarantined for 5 days. Now, the first test, of course, if you come up positive, you're not getting on the boat, but which would be miserable. But the day 3 and day 7 is just as bad. You're not getting off the boat for 5 days if that happens. So they're really taking it seriously, and they've had a couple of expeditions going out already, and they've been fine. The cruise ships that have been having the horror stories of getting COVID on holidays, some friends of mine did just a couple months ago. It's because they're cruising to Europe and places like that. And when they get off the boat, they're going into cities. We get off the boat, it's just 100 of us and a bunch of penguins on Antarctica. So we don't have that same danger of catching COVID when we dock at a city. So it'll be a lot better. Hey, you did a photo shoot at the state capitol. I did some at the state capitol several years ago. I did some lobbying there. I won't bother going into what I did it on. And your first blog ever? Congratulations! Yeah, I'm doing more blogs now. I've done blogs. They're on my website. I've also written for magazines. In fact, I'm writing an article, which I really need to get to today. I'm writing an article for America West magazine with my photography. But blogging is so fun, and I'll be doing a lot of that on the ship as well because we'll have days at sea. But and I'm doing videos and stuff like that. But oh, cool! You know what? I'm doing a giveaway, and Amy's editing it right now and gonna put it up and everything. A giveaway from a book that I did. I did this book a couple years ago, and it's called Lost in Time. And it's abandoned, it's ghost towns and school one-room schoolhouses, mainly Oregon and Washington, abandoned cars and things like that. So this has been a pretty fun book. People have really liked it. Nice. Yeah, it helps for SEO traffic. Absolutely. Um, oh, Amy, my better half. I'm not really sure if she's better. She's my producer, and also we hired a an employee. Also, we hired our first employee, and he's really good with for marketing and sales. So, not really sort of a social media manager. I'm more managing my own social media. He's doing more sales than maybe necessarily marketing, but he'll be doing a little bit of marketing too. Indeed. 79 cabins. Yeah. Yeah. Small. It's a really small ship. Oh, the cool thing about it, and I did a video on it too, you can catch on my YouTube channel, about the Greg Mortimer, is it's got an Ulstein Expo, so on the bow, the X bow. So it's, instead of the normal ship that is up like this on the bow, this one is inverted. Almost think of like the old-fashioned steam trains in the front, where it's got where it can go through. It's an icebreaker class ship, so that doesn't matter which direction the bow is in, but the Ulstein bow is also cutting through the waves, because the Drake Passage can just be horrendous as far as seasickness goes. So I'm hoping hoping I do okay. I don't know if it will. You can go. I mean, feel free on here. You mean? Sure, absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. Besides, I want to see it. So there you go. I do all of my blogs on my website. I don't know where you do yours. I'll send you guys all a link on my magazine article as well that I'm doing, which I really need to finish that by Monday. I have till the end of the month, but I'll be obviously leaving next week, so next day after Thanksgiving. Eat a little bit of turkey, get on an airplane the next day. I won't have any leftovers on the bad side. On the good side, I mean. No, that's the bad side. I won't have leftovers. The good side is I probably won't have to do the dishes either. So it's not too bad. Oh, there's my GoFundMe. My GoFundMe just came up. Yay! Like my work, help me with my gallery showing. Yeah, so I'm doing a GoFundMe for my first my first gallery showing, because it's quite pricey to get everything together, and the galleries definitely are not cheap unless you own the gallery. So there's the link to that. I'm gonna Aurora this. So Paranoid, have you been out doing shoots also? Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. It's half of it is getting in front of the right people. It's really interesting. So my social media has really been growing, which is always great. I mean, I do put a lot of work into it, but uh, all it takes is one. All it takes is one to just go, viral and go crazy. And it's, it takes years to do. I mean, I've had my social media for years, although it's getting much bigger now than it ever was before. And interestingly enough, I'm getting some blue checkmark people on Instagram uh, liking my photographs lately, which is really great because they have a lot of followers typically. Um, it is. It is. But it depends on what you're doing. Now, I forget. Do you do like wedding photography and stuff too, and portrait photography? I don't do any of that. For me, starting over in a new place with the kind of photography I do is fantastic because there's so much to go and do and see and photograph, which I did. I mean, I covered, I've done all the covered bridges, which I'm actually coming out with a huge covered bridges book or something. I haven't decided yet because I've got 4 states so far. But the covered bridges and the ghost towns and abandoned buildings and things like that. So you know, for the kind of photography I do, it's moving somewhere new is interesting, but I don't want to move again, so I don't blame you. But yeah, I can't remember what your style of photography is, what you actually collections, what you actually specialize in. Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, I do some photography lessons too. I've been doing some online lessons with people, a lot of Lightroom lessons, Aurora lessons, Skylum, stuff like that. But that's cool. But oh, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, doing, getting started in a new place, it does take time. There's no denying that. Let's see. That's a little too orange. Ooh, I kind of like that. Whoops. No, I don't like that at all. I don't usually use presets, but Aurora HDR does have some pretty decent ones. Which is the one I liked? Not that one. Was it gloomy drama or ethereal drama? Oh, no, not that one. Oh, it was this one. I think it was ethereal drama. But then just take it down a little bit. I think it was that one. Theatrical drama. No, that's me. I'm theatrical drama. I don't see the link. Where's the link? I think I brought that down a little bit more. There's not really much noise there, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. Oh, ocean sun. Yeah. Like that a little bit. All right. Sleepy drama. That's me. No, funny enough, I do. My bachelor's is in theater and psychology. Um, Basically, so I can analyze how nuts I am and how theatrically dramatic I am. Um, cool. What do you mean? You're not. You're technical with your posts. Do you? Oh, do you mean you're are you on your videos? 4K video. Paranoid. That was to Paranoid, by the way. Ah, Freudian theater. I don't know. My entire life has been Freudian theater. Oh, that was the other thing that happened to me too. Another reason I wasn't streaming for a few weeks. I hurt my eyeball, which, believe me, I was freaking out. Oedipus complex. No, Oedipus. Yes, Oedipus. Well, Oedipus was in love with his mother. A little weird. Um, that was theater, though. Yes, more Greek mythology, but yeah, there was that was in the theater as well. Um, yeah, so I hurt my eyeball. I all right. I have a hard time saying no when a friend asks me for assistance. Um, I wish it was camera strain. No, I'm very handy around the house. I mean, I also do like woodworking and stuff like that. So, and I've done quite a bit of remodeling in my own house. But so I'm very handy. And a friend of mine, who's going to go nameless, but she and her brother are not handy people, and they broke their kitchen faucet. So they had the water turned off and wanted me to please replace their faucet for them. Well, I've done those a million times. I can do that in my sleep. Problem was, the original faucet was the one that was on there. So Lord knows what it was that came off, but something went into my eye. And then, of course, my eye was burning. And then I probably poisoned myself with, eye drops trying to get it out of there because I was on the other side of Portland and had to get home. Um, so it was it still bothers me if my allergies start kicking up. My right eye will hurt, but luckily it's not fuzzy. But I was pretty freaked out because that's my camera eye. So yeah, I wish it was used from using the camera. Too bad. Too bad it wasn't. Would have been much better. I don't. Yeah, and I don't know if it was a rust flake or some disgusting goopy thing. Um, why I didn't bring my safety glasses, I don't know. You would think I don't do anything without the safety glasses, because obviously with photography, well, I mean, I want to protect my eyes anyway, but with photography, that's the last thing you want to lose. So yeah, I didn't, and I just wanted to get it done and go home, and I paid the price. So yeah, it was fun. Oh, I just I I got suckered into helping a friend. What can I say? Yeah, it was ouch for sure. I mean, it was burning so bad for like 3 days. Uh, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I thought I almost just plucked my own eye out. It was really, yeah, that was not good. Not good at all. You know, I thought I did it, edited one of these. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, I that is really true. Here's the thing. I'm an old school um viewfinder person. Um I use my screen for certain things like different angles and what have you. Um in Antarctica, I'll be using it a lot more. I will have glacier glasses on because I don't want to go snowblind. Um, and I've tested it out with the camera, and I can see through the viewfinder just fine, even with the glacier glasses on. But um, it really you can get a lot of pain in your eyes from constantly using the viewfinder. But most cameras, I know my Nikon cameras all have a setting on the viewfinder where you can adjust it so it's perfect for your eye, and you'll get less eye strain. I don't wear glasses normally. I don't wear contacts. I have pretty good vision, especially for my age. Knock on wood, or knock on wood. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's important to adjust that viewfinder for your eye, and not just take the factory setting on the viewfinder. Yeah, and don't ignore the pain. Absolutely. Um, oh, gotcha. Paranoid. Have it look good on a 4K resolution screen. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, all my screens are 4K, absolutely. Um, but even like social media, my all my social media, I take the resolution down to 72 dpi. When I mean, I'm sure most of you know this, but if in case anybody doesn't know this, if you're putting something on social media, take it down to 72 dpi. It's still going to look sharp on screen, especially a phone, an iPad, or a computer, but it's going to be a very small file so that if someone tried to blow it up and print it, they're not going to be able to. It would just be fuzzy. So, yeah. I'm sure, that's the thing. You can't ignore pain. So I had to really rest my eye for about a week. That contributed to some of my absence as well, which, you know, it's kind of hard to do. I'm going to show you just as an example. So when I export, I don't know if you noticed. I'll go into my finished ones. I have a folder that says web page size. That's because those are all 72 dpi. Gotcha. I mean, I try and trust myself and the camera and my camera settings as much as possible, and try to do less in post process, only because, again, I'm old school. I come from the world of get it right in the camera or you don't get it right. That's it. But, now we have so many more tools and what have you, that we didn't have before, or I didn't have before. So it was a matter of, trying to do as much correct in the camera as possible, which is pretty key. Yeah, I mean, I do have watermarks on mine as well, but I just do everything in 72 DPI that's going out into the public forum, into the public vision. That way, it really is not something somebody could, steal and use. So these are my web page size. I'll give you an example. I can show you from the one let me show you a polar bear. So this is it looks great. It looks great on, on the computer. You can see it on a phone. It looks terrific. But if you were to try and enlarge that, I mean, that's at 100%, but whoops. Come back, bear, come back. If you were to try and enlarge that, um, oh, there we go, the zoom, duh. If you were to try and enlarge that, you would see it would start to lose its resolution and get super fuzzy. Yeah. And it's really, it's good. It's good. But a mark you can't see isn't going to stop people from printing it and putting it up in their house, and not buying your print. Yeah, it is going to stop a magazine or somebody from stealing it because he'll know it's his. But the metadata is there anyway. All the metadata is still going to be there. They're not going to be able to get rid of your metadata. No, even with Gigapixel, I have Gigapixel too, and even with Gigapixel, when you save it 72 DPI, which is perfect for small screens and what have you, if you try and blow it up, it's not going to fix it. Gigapixel will not fix it. It can't add that many pixels, because when we print, if you go to print, you're going to print at 300 DPI, so 72 DPI is never going to be able to print correctly. I mean, even at this, it's very fuzzy on the sides, even at that size. So if you were to try and print it, to put it on a wall, it's not going to cut it. No, I don't have any GPS locations on my metadata, but they do, but not the original photograph. And that's the key. If anyone was to, like a magazine was to use an original photograph of yours, or another website, you've got the metadata on the original that you could easily prove, hey, this is my photograph. So, of course I do add watermarks as well, but they can remove any watermark. Watermarks can all be removed. So I just find the best way is to keep it at low DPI, and then you're good to go. I think there's been an update to Luminar Neo. Oh, maybe I already updated it. Not really sure. Yeah, my eye is still bothering me. There is an update. I knew it. Yeah, I read that there was a Luminar update. It's supposed to do some pirate patch. I know. Funny enough, Amy was going to go get me a pirate patch. Because, okay, she calls me Dora the Explorer, right? And actually, hold tight while that's updating. I'm going to go get my company t-shirts. Hold on. All right, so this is my company t-shirt, and the little girl on there is me, of course. Well, she's kind of androgynous, but it's me, Dora the Explorer. And so I said what I needed now, because what the photography I take and the places I go and the things I do, they're always, really like, hiking in the jungle or Antarctica or the Arctic or, weird stuff. So I said, this was before I hurt my eye. My photography business. It says Pawl-Frederico Photography. But I used to have a travel company as well. Years before 9/11, I had a very successful travel company that unfortunately I had to shut down. But that's another lifetime. So I said, what I need is a patch over my eye and a pipe and or a monocle or something. And so then when I hurt my eye, it was perfect. We said, okay, just let's just get a pirate patch and put that on. Yeah, no, I do have a photography business. Primarily, I mean, I gallery showings. I'm going to do my first gallery showing, but I've sold books. I've done books like this one. I'm doing a giveaway on this one. And what else have I? Oh, lots of magazines, photography, and articles. I'm doing one now for American West magazine, I think it's called. No, no, no. It is my full time. I also am a college professor. I did take this particular semester off because I'm going to Antarctica and grades are due while I'm at sea. Um, but I only teach one or two classes a semester. My main business is photography. So yeah, yeah, photography and travel. That's my main gig. But I used to be, I was 25 years in the travel and tourism industry itself, and I loved it. But it's just not the same as it used to be. So I'd rather, you know, pay for my ticket and, use my miles to upgrade or use my miles for a first class ticket if I want, uh, than have to deal with the garbage that goes on with, getting passes and stuff like that. It's not what it used to be. I did get, the opportunity to travel to some pretty cool places while I was in the travel industry, and some of it was free, which I'm not going to lie was a blast. No, no, it is not. It is not easy. Plug in Adobe. Yeah, I don't have Adobe Photoshop open. Okay, okay, okay. No, not right now. Okay, let me close that and open this one. So yeah, it's not easy. I loved being in travel and tourism though. It was a very intense field. I started out with American Airlines a long time ago, and then I ran some businesses, and then I had my own business as well, where I would book out entire planes for people for groups. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter. You can be really good and get nowhere, and you can be really average or mediocre and get everywhere. A lot of it is networking and who you know. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Where did Sky go? Did they move it? What? Oh, there it is. That was weird. All right. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm back on. I'm back on the 19th of December. Yeah, we definitely should get together in between the 19th and the 25th if we can. Uh, just ping me on Discord or um, take this off of this one. Oh, hang on. Where did it go? There we go. Yeah, ping me on Discord or shoot me a message. Either way, whatever's easiest. Keeps moving it around. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay. See, I can feel my eyes starting to bother me a little bit today already. Okay. Tis a little better. All right, Mr. Canadian Pacific. All right, I just wanted to check in with everybody. So, wanted to make sure y'all knew I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I won't fall off the face of the earth until sometime. Well, next week I leave, so I won't fall off the face of the earth until I'm down in the southern hemisphere a week from Saturday. And then because the earth is flat, I'll just fall right off the edge. Um, yeah, I don't get flat earthers. I just don't. Anyway, um, thanks for joining. It was good catching up with a couple of you, Paranoid and McCullough Imagery. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little chat and a little bit of editing. And I'll try and be back tomorrow, hopefully, a little bit. If not, I will definitely be back at least a few times before I leave. And you guys should be on the lookout for all my Antarctica stuff that I'll be sending back to Amy, the videos, and she will be putting on YouTube and what have you. And then when I get back in December, I will be probably streaming on a regular basis because I will have a terabyte full of images to edit. Lots of penguins and all sorts of stuff, seals and whale tails and all sorts of things. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.